I'm Teresa Angerhofer. I'm an economics major here at the University of Florida. Over the past year, I've worked with Dr. Roger Blair on a paper that we've entitled Monopoly and Monopsony, Antitrust Injury, Standing, and Damages. In this paper, we answered the question, what happens if a firm acts as both a monopolist and a monopsonist, and how do the antitrust laws deal with this? So many of you are familiar with a monopoly. That is, a single seller reduces the quantity of goods that it produces in order to raise the price. A monopsony is the opposite of that, in that you have a single buyer. And generally you see this with labor markets. So for example, a hospital in a local labor market hires a bunch of nurses. So those nurses, the only place they can go to work is at that hospital. Thus, the hospital can reduce the quantity of nurses it demands, and by doing that, it can reduce the wage that it pays to those nurses. Since those nurses have no other place they can go, they have to pretty much just go with that salary since they can't get anything else. So in this paper, we looked at what happens if there's sequential collusion. That is, you start off with monopoly and then go to monopsony, also monopsony to monopoly, and then simultaneous collusion. And what we found is that the end result for all of these different sequences is the same. However, there are differences when you look at how the antitrust laws deal with each of these different sequences. And that's due to our current standing rules, which limit standing to only those parties who are in the relevant market. This is important because we see that monopolist still impacts the input market. Because when the monopolist reduces quantity in order to raise the price, they essentially need less workers because they have reduced that quantity. Thus, there's a reduction in demand and also a reduction in the wages paid. However, since those workers are not in the relevant market, they're not allowed to sue. So what we see is that these standing rules weaken the deterrent and remedial effects of these antitrust laws because they allow the violators to get away with ill-gotten gains. Thank you.